Hello, Sacred Beings, and welcome to the Sacred Jewel. Today we are going to be doing Reiki Master Level Class 3. So if you have been brought to this channel, you have either already watched my part 1 and part 2 for Reiki Level 1 and 2, or you already are certified as a Reiki Level 1 and 2, and you want to know what to expect from the Master class. So in this video, I'm going to be going over everything that will normally happen when you go to a Reiki class. By the end of this video, know all of the Reiki symbols. You're going to learn how to pass attunements, which makes you able to teach other people Reiki. So that's why I'm on here. I'm a Reiki Master. I have my certification, so I'm going to talk to you about my experience when I did the Reiki Master class, and also give you advice if you are interested in becoming a Reiki Master, how to start your practice, so what to expect if you're going to be teaching other people about the wonderful healing energy that Reiki has to offer. So if you're interested in spirituality and you want to grow together on your spiritual journey, then please hit that subscribe button, because that's what we're all about. So without further ado, let's go. So before we begin, if you haven't watched part 1 or part 2 for Reiki level 1 and 2, you have to watch those, or at least have attended a class or watched previous videos before you move on to this video. Let's start off with my experience. So in 2016, I attended a Reiki class. I did Reiki level 1, 2, and 3 over a 2-day period. And I did it with the company called Healing Today. So I believe you can look them up as Healing Today USA. But the practitioner's name was Richard Fiallo. I don't know if I said that right, but this is how you spell his name, Richard Fiallo. It was located in Plant City, Florida, which is not too far away from Tampa, if you're familiar with Florida. It's the traditional Reiki. This is the name, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I met somebody recently, and they're also a Reiki Master, and they wanted to know what type of Reiki I was taught. So I didn't know, but this is the wording she was looking for. So now I know the next time somebody asks me that, because again, this was in 2016, and it's not something I practice all the time, but this never expires. So once you're a Reiki Master, or you go to Reiki classes, that what you learn never expires. So over the 2-day training, it was at their community sanctuary land. I think they owned the land, and there was like a big house in the middle, and then outside had like little cottages that people were living in or working on the land. There was outdoor kitchens and like communal fireplace and like little nature trails. Very magical area, something I would love to create once I get my own land. But we basically did everything inside that house. They gave us our food and tea and everything. We didn't sleep there. You would go for your hours, do the classes, and then come back the next day. But it was a very magical experience. I do highly recommend going to a Reiki class at least once to see if you're into it. Start with Reiki level 1, and who knows, you might go all the way through to Reiki level 3. In the Reiki level class, you also get taught how to perform the attunement on others, because once you're a Reiki Master, you can start teaching other people about Reiki, and you can attune them yourself. So let's talk about, what do I mean when I say attunement? It's a simple process that basically opens up the student or the person you're attuning to the energy for Reiki, to that healing energy. So kind of think of it like you're now, if you're familiar with chakras, it basically opens up all your energy chakras to the powerful energy of healing. So Reiki is healing energy, so that's what it's opening you up to. So everybody has it, it's just dormant in your body until you get that attunement. So during the attunement, they do symbols on you, and it's all about the practitioner, the Reiki Master's attention and focus. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to perform the attunement in case you want to go to this class. This is what to expect. This is also how to perform it. So before I do that, during the attunement, sometimes people say when they're getting it, when it's happening to them. So for me, you sit down in a chair, the practitioner's behind you, they're working their magic here and down your spine and everything, and your hands. Some people say that they see images or colors, or they feel things or hear things, or it could be very subtle. So for me, I think it was just a lot of tingling vibrations, not a lot of colors, but I definitely felt something happening. Because you're basically awakening that dormant energy. So you're gonna feel some sort of thing. After the attunement, there's always some sort of awakening process. So whether that's your spiritual awakening happening later, or you just realize how powerful you are when it comes to healing others. So before I go into the steps of how to perform the attunement, you're going to need your final symbols. So these are the last symbols for Reiki, and it's 2 symbols. So the first one, which you're going to need to perform the attunement, it's the, I'm gonna say it wrong, Daikomo symbol. So this is what it looks like, and there's a couple different ways to draw this. So this first one is the alternative drawing. So you can do this one, or it's up to you which one most resonates with you, most comfortable for you when you're doing your attunement on others. The more traditional ones, I will post them both here. They look a little different. So it's up to you out of those 3. They do all the same thing. It focuses on your spiritual body when it comes to attunements, and it represents the healer's close connection with the creative source of the universe. So this was the first one that I was given in my class. And I kind of like that one. I love the spirals, so I feel like that's easier to draw when you're doing Reiki. And then the pictures I just showed, these are the ones from the paper. They're a little different on the bottom, but it's the same gist, and it's all about your focus and intention. So that's the first symbol. The second one is the raku, which is a lot easier to draw. It just looks like a lightning bolt. And this is always used when passing the attunements. So at the end of your attunement, you do this symbol, lightning bolt, down their spine. It's to focus and ground the receiver. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the attunement. So a few things before we begin is there's no wrong way to perform it. Like I said, it's all about your focus and intention. And then, like Reiki healing 1 and 2, when you're healing others, it's also healing for yourself. So you can kind of think of it as going both ways. The attunement, when you're positioning yourself, typically they can be seated in front of you and you'll work behind them. You focus solely on them. You don't think about yourself at all. This is all about opening up them to the energy. If you happen to forget a step that I'm about to go over, don't stop the attunement, just keep going, because like I said, it's all about intention. You can work your way back to it, or just start from the beginning without the client knowing, because you're still getting the attunement done whether you skip a step and go back to it, because it's all about your intention. Okay, so now we're about to do the attunement. You want your recipient, your student, to sit in front of you on a chair. It could have a back on the chair or it could be open backed, but you basically want them to sit quietly and comfortably. And they recommend like a prayer position, and you want their chest out, so sitting up very straight, and you want their eyes closed. So you want them very relaxed, like open to the energy, chest high and comfortable. So now for you, you want to stand behind the recipient, the student. Place both of your hands on their shoulders comfortably and gently, and ground yourself. So you want to take a few deep breaths, get grounded, ground your energy. You start at the top with their crown chakra, and you want to move your hands from their shoulders to the top of their head. You can put them on the top or the sides of the heads, whatever you think is most comfortable for the recipient. Your hands can also be in the air around, so you don't actually have to touch them. And you want to start opening their crown chakra. So move your hands from above the head to straight up and out like this, around the back and top of their head. You can do like a funnel like this to open it, or you can go around like a heart, do like a heart shape around their chakra. But basically on the front and back, you want to open up their crown chakra. And the whole time in your mind, you want to be focusing on your intention to open their crown. Now you want to draw the symbols that you've learned into the crown chakra above their head in the crown area. You may even want to tap down lightly on the head as you finish each symbol. This is for the comfort of the recipient, as to let them know where you are. And you're going to be drawing all 5 symbols that you've learned from Reiki level 1, 2, and 3 into their crown chakra. The order that you want to do the symbols is the one that we just showed you. I'll put it up here. the Daikomoi, I can't pronounce it, but I like doing the circle one. So you want to start with that one. That is for healing the soul, passing the attunement. So you'll do that symbol above. And you just do it in the air, and you visualize the symbol in your mind, and you say the name in your mind, and you draw it in their crown. You then do the Chokure symbol, which is to increase power, the Seiheki for emotional healing, the Hanshaze Shonen for distance healing, and then finally you end it with the lightning bolt, the passing of the fire. This symbol you only use for attunements, and you do all of that in their crown chakra. So now, right after you've done the symbols, you want to basically close yourself off from energy to focus just on them. And you basically have to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and close your root chakra. So the root chakra at the very bottom of your pelvic area. For women, closing your root chakra, they said, feels like doing a Kegel. So you want to tighten that up in there, tongue at the roof of your mouth. And then for men, if you're passing the attunement, it says it's probably the same thing. You like squeeze that area, you know. And then focus your intention on the recipient. So now you want to stay closed, tongue on the roof of your mouth, your Kegel enhance your root chakra closed up. And now you want to push the energy and symbols from the crown to the root of the recipient, making a sweeping motion from the crown to the root. So you want to sweep up here all the way down their body to their root, from their backside, of course, but from the crown, all the symbols you just did, you're pulling down to their root area. So now you want to stand on the side of them, not in front of them, but on the side of your student or recipient. And if they were in this position, you grab their pinkies to pull them out in front of them and open their palms. So this is how they should be looking in the chair, like straight up, hands out in front of them. Put your hands under their palm to support their hands. So now with intention, you want to draw the symbols in the air above their open palms. So all 5 of them, you can just draw them all out really quickly. And it doesn't have to be exact details of the symbols. It's your intention that you're visualizing the symbols and orders, the names, you're saying them in your head as you draw them in their palms. And then as you're drawing them in the air, you can still kind of touch their hand, maybe after each time you do the first symbol, maybe a light graze, another symbol, light graze, another symbol, just to let them know of which step out of the 5 symbols you're on. So you want to close their hands and move them to their heart, because now you're going to focus on the heart energy. So since you drew those symbols on their hands, the reason that we're putting them together towards their heart is you want to bring those symbols you drew towards their heart chakra. And then focus your intention of sending the symbols to their heart chakra, and imagine pushing them from their hands to their heart, and imagine them going down to their root chakra. Hold their hands there for a moment at their heart and lightly touch their head. So now you want to stand behind them at the crown and quickly visualize the whole process, focusing on putting the symbols in the crown, pushing down to the root chakra, putting them in their hands, pushing them to the heart. You're just visualizing all of that as you're standing behind them. So like summarizing everything you just did. So now you want to close the aura. So you want to feather down the aura to close their aura. So you're just feathering around the outside where their light aura would be. You're just feathering them out. So they might even feel this on them. You're feathering all of their aura out. So when you're feathering them, you don't go above their crown. You just go the sides of their auras, because you want to leave the crown open. So you just feather around their body. One of the last things you do is you now draw the raku down their back. You can touch them down their back, the raku symbol, or if they have a closed back on the chair, you can just do it in the air behind them. This closes the kundalini energy for them, so it's not like wild, chaotic kundalini energy that you just tapped into. And then lastly, the closing is that you want to touch the recipients on the shoulder to indicate them that the attunement is complete. And then after that, you want to remind them to drink a lot of water, because of this process removes a lot of toxins from their bodies, so you don't want them to get dehydrated. And the water will help remove any other toxins within the body. And you want to Also remind them to continue practicing Reiki because it will only make it stronger. Continue healing themselves and others because that will also strengthen the attunement that they just received. So that is how to do a Reiki Master attunement, or that is what you're going to expect to receive when you go to a class. So when they're doing all of that stuff to you, that's what's happening, is they're working with the symbols and opening up your crown chakra, working with your chakras, working with your energy, or to tap in and awaken the potential Reiki healing within you. So say that you have completed your Reiki Masters class, or you've watched this and you're like, I want to do this. Like, but after you get certified, what are you going to do? So like, I was all pumped up after my certification. I wanted to do everything I'm about to tell you, but I never did. And you know, like I said, it never expires. So making this video kind of reawakens that interest. But basically, I'm going to share with you advice for if you were to teach others in a class and how to start your own practice. You can start off once you become a Reiki Master by volunteering. So you want to get comfortable with doing Reiki. Even after level 1 Reiki class, and you want to start getting to work, you can ask if you can volunteer at your local hospital. And he recommends premature babies because you know how Reiki healing like speeds up the healing process. It may also speed up the healing and growth rate for premature babies. And then you can also host like free healing circles until you're ready to start charging. So we'll talk about not being afraid of money and Reiki here soon. But if you start or advertise like free healing circles, so if you heard of like drum circles or like meditation circles, it'd be like the same thing. Maybe you can even go in with somebody where someone does like meditation and you're there teaching them Reiki or showing them how to practice Reiki, or you're doing a circle where everybody is healing each other. You can start off something like that and make what you want with it because it's all your intention to heal them, heal others. And at the end of it, if people are interested in the healing circle, you can ask them if they wanted to go to a class, and you know, you can get a group together, and I'll talk to you about that in a second. But those are the two first things you can do for free just to practice. So volunteering at a hospital, maybe even a shelter with animals, healing animals, that's a good one. And then like free healing circles. So say now you're ready to start charging because you know, like, you're getting more comfortable and you know your worth now. So basically in his class, it was saying not to be afraid of money. Like, think of it as you're trading your time and energy and healing for money. So $60 for a healing session is what he was suggesting. I haven't looked up what people are charging now. But if you're giving them the best quality, like the best setup, they recommend playing. This is also a good one. If you are going to be doing sessions, you want to play the Reiki Gold music. It's from YouTube. It's free. Just play it in the background. Very healing as well when you're practicing Reiki. But yeah, for money, you basically want to feel good about charging because you know your worth, you know that you're helping them, and you're basically trading money for happiness and healing. There's nothing wrong with that. And they even say to focus on manifestation and affirmations of help me attract people that will benefit from what I can offer. So you're attracting people who are willing to pay for your services. And then if you are interested in learning more about Reiki and the healing energy, during my classes, they recommended reading the book Uncommon Touch by Thomas Harper. And I just discovered that I can be an Amazon affiliate. So I'm going to link this below. If you did want to purchase this book, it's going to be in the description and pinned in the comments. So if you buy this through my link, I do get a commission through the Amazon Associate Program that I just discovered. I'm also going to recommend this other book. It's also a documentary. So there's a video or a book, but it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? This is what it looks like, and they highly recommended watching this if you're interested in this kind of stuff. And then lastly, you want to look up the book. Wolfe is the author. It's The Spiritual Universe. So I haven't gotten this one yet. I should, because I'm super interested in that. So all three of these are Amazon associate. I'm going to post my affiliate link. And if you do buy any of those, I will get a small commission. And I just want to end this video by the quote that was in my healing packet. At the end of the last page, it said, "The Reiki principles. Just for today, I will give thanks, blessings. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. And just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and every living thing." So that's the Reiki Master class. That's what to expect. And if you're still here, I was wondering, like, who was the first person to ever give an attunement? Because do you really need an attunement to awaken that energy that's already within you, or can you just do that yourself without paying the money for the class to be attuned? So that was a question I had, like, while I was kind of recording this, is I'm telling you how to do it to others, but who was the first one that got it done? Because they didn't get an attunement and they just started doing it to other people. So honestly, I think Reiki is an amazing tool for healing others. It's literally your intention and using your energy, which I totally believe in. But I don't know if it's worth the money to get the attunement. But they do say it's more powerful, so maybe it'll make you stronger. Maybe that's why I'm really good at Reiki when I do practice it on family members. I would love to continue the practice more. But I'm just saying, if you don't have the money to get the attunement for the master class, then you can still practice Reiki without it. That's just to become a master in order to teach others. So if you don't want to be a teacher, you don't need to do the master class. But I did it anyways because I was there and I wanted to see what it was about. And hey, maybe it did awaken the powers that were subdued within. But honestly, I think it's something we can do ourselves with the right intention and focus. So thank you guys for watching. I'm glad we finished up the Reiki videos. Now we can move on to the next topics that I have listed before. I will get back to the Starseed videos, so stay tuned for that. If you have any other suggestions, I do keep a list of things you guys want me to go over. I will add it to the suggestion list. Just let me know in the comments below. And I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!